Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Fence Princess, SoundCloud, SoundClick. It's your boy Tone 202. What's happening on Instagram? My Instagram been popping lately. Oh my goodness, the people on there. But it's TTONE 202, and I just wanted to talk about investments again. And we spend a lot of time investing in things that we don't know we're investing in. The one thing that we can't control is time, but we spend a lot of it doing something, investing in something, in someone. Sometimes we invest in relationships that are not fruitful. Those are bad investments. You spend when you invest in, when I was younger, a older gentleman told me, he said, listen, vehicles are a bad investment. Because I was saying, when I get older, I want to have a nice car. And he was like, it's a bad investment. And this is a man who had, wife. He had 3 kids. He had a really nice house, 2 cars, and worked for an insurance company. So he knew what he was talking about. Um, and we spend a lot of time, and like I said, investing in things. And time is the one thing that we can't get back. It's the one thing that we always try to control, but we can't control it. And actually, time is controlling us. It's time to go to work, time to go to school, time to eat. It's always time to do something. And we just never seem to have enough of it. And this is because we always think that time is ours when time doesn't belong to us at all. You could be here today, gone tomorrow. You could be on your way to work, and then next thing you know, you're in a, God forbid, a traffic accident. Even if it involves you or not, nonetheless, you're late. You thought, hey, I'll get up an hour early and head to work. I'll have time. Boom! Now you're in an accident or a 20-car pileup that's ahead of you, and boom! Now you're going to be late. It's just, when I look at investing in the beginning stages, when I started to look into investing, for one, uh, I didn't have a lot of money, and I mean I don't have what you call a lot of money now, but I had a lot less than I have now. But I was interested in investing, always have been, And then when I finally had a couple dollars, I started asking the questions to particular people who knew something about it. Like I said, I started asking my father. I started asking. I started conversations with, you know, bankers. I walk in the bank with confidence. So we have to think about time and money in the same aspect if we're going to start investing. We have to do our research on it first. Even if it takes you a year. So what? You could rush into an investment and lose every dime that you have. I don't suggest that. I suggest you understand the term knowledge is power. So, what I'm saying is take the time that you have to start researching on the net, start asking people, just start. That's what I'm saying. Get yourself a plan. Some years ago I talked to a young lady. I was an adult, she was an adult. Uh, and this is probably like 10 years ago or more. And she said, what's your 5-year plan? I'm trying to hit on her. I'm trying to take her out to eat or whatever. She's like, what's your 5-year plan? And I looked at her and I was like, I was dumbfounded. I really didn't have one. But just because she said that to me and also turned me down, but she stayed in my mind more for saying that to me. Like I see her like once every 3 or 4 years, and I always remember you said this to me. What's your 5 year plan? So eventually, I start making moves to get my plan together. Right after that, uh, so I started. I said, you know what? I want to go back to school. I'm an older gentleman, but I still want to go back to school. So it took me a while to get that whole program going, because I had to go through the military. That can take years. So I finally got into the program I wanted to get into. It took me a while, but once I got into it, it was part of my 5 year plan just to get into school. My 5 year plan ended up being more like a 7 year plan, but nonetheless, it's coming to fruition. You see what I mean? Get yourself a plan. So once I got into school, like I graduate this summer coming up. That's it for me. I only have what, maybe 5 classes left, and I could fly through those classes, but I'm taking my time. So I have to. So once I graduate, like that was part of my plan. I also researched jobs that I wanted to get into that would give me control of my time. Like I don't want to work for somebody else. I want to work with them. You see what I mean? So with that in mind, there's like I just don't accept like every job that comes past my email because I know if I accept that job, you're controlling my time. You tell me when I can go on vacation. You tell me when I can go to lunch. You tell me, I mean, if my something happens with my family, you tell me I can't go or I'm gonna get penalized. You tell me to go to human resources because you don't like what I have on. I might have a Black Lives Matter pin on, and now it is a big deal. You control what I wear, dress down day. No, I'm not trying to hear none of that. I'm not trying to hear none of that. I go where I want, when I want, however I want. That to me is controlling my time. I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm telling you that the life I live right now, this is a beautiful Saturday. I'm chilling. I do this every day. And I'm not broke. Okay? I'm not broke at all. All right? I don't get up and go to work like everybody else. My hustle is different. It's of course legal, but my whole status is different. But I worked for 40 years. You know what I'm saying? And I never had enough money. I remember looking at my paychecks and thinking, how am I going to pay this? How am I going to pay that? Okay? Like I don't do that right now. I don't stress over money right now. Like I said, I don't have a colossal amount of money, but I have enough money to control what I need. Okay? And I watch over that money like a hawk. You know what I mean? Like when I buy something like a new pair of shoes, like I calculate that into when I'm gonna get that money back. Like I used to, like my neighbors. My neighbor had a kid, as a gift. I went over there and gave him $100. You know what I'm saying? But that was a calculated $100. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk to them about that. I was just like, hey, here's some Pampers or whatever. This is a hardworking man, wife. He got 2 kids. Here's some pamper money or whatever you're gonna do. I just gave it to him and bounced. You know what I'm saying? My other neighbor got some kids. You know what I'm saying? I did a couple things for them, but I didn't do it because they asked me to. I did it because one, I had the money, and two, it's what you do when you're neighbors and you're cool with your neighbors. I don't mind doing that, but I calculated every dime that I gave. You know what I'm saying? And not to mention, God loves a cheerful giver, and that's what I am. But all of that money, I don't care if I gave one of the kids $5. I know where that $5 is coming from. I know it. Like I call my bank account at least 4 times a week. I stay on top of that. Okay, and then I have short-term and long-term calculations on when I'm going to get that money back. Like my siblings call me and ask for money. I always say the same thing: when am I going to get my money back? I don't play with them. And when they give me a definite date, then I give them what they ask for within reason. And I also ask them, what's it for? So I don't just frivolously give away money and hope for no, like no type of return. Like I give something away, I want a return. And even if I'm like giving it away as a gift, I get either return the joy of giving it to them, you know, or I know that this money is coming back to me somewhere, and usually it does. Sometimes money just comes out of nowhere. Like I said, God loves a joyful giver. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you give to somebody and they just got a, nasty disposition towards you, don't give to them no more. That's my motto. Oh, it's like that. Oh, we not okay. Fine. I'm sorry I gave you anything. Boom. Move on. But like I said, it's investing. You're even investing in a friendship. You're investing in you're investing in your relationship with God. You're investing in being cordial with your neighbors. You're investing in. You don't have to give your neighbors money. It's just something I did. But what I'm saying is, my mind is always thinking about investing. It doesn't have to be a big corporation. I don't have to go on the NASDAQ. I am constantly thinking about what am I investing what into. Even if I sat out here all day and made YouTube videos, I make money off of YouTube videos. I don't care if it's $2 a week. I still get a check. Like my neighbor's like, yeah, we thought you were just some goofy dude out here talking. I'm like, no, but why do they watch my videos? Even their kids. Even her kids will come up to me and was like, yeah, I saw that video you was talking about a sandwich in the hood, and she'll start repeating some of the words I say. I'm like, thank you, Shorty. I even made a video about music because, little Shorty likes music. So I was like, yo, check out this video. You know what I'm saying? So it's an investment, but I make money off of YouTube videos. Look, there's people who make millions of dollars off of YouTube videos. I'm not one of those. But this is what is an ancillary investment. It's not my main source of income. And YouTube is fickle anyway, but it's not my main source of income. So what I'm saying is, get in the mind state of investing first before you actually give your money to anyone. Start thinking on those terms, even if you don't have any money. And that's the way I used to think when I had no money. And I'm full throttle with it now, because now I'm looking at the NASDAQ. Now I'm looking at, other things that I can invest in. But nonetheless, you don't like you may have no money now, and then boom, next thing you know, you got $10,000 in your pocket. And a lot of people blow that money. Why? Because they don't understand investments. You know what I'm saying? I told one of my siblings once, because she was like, hey, if you give me this amount of money, I said, absolutely not. Because you don't know how to make good financial decisions. Don't be around people as far as you're always around them that make poor financial decisions and think you're going to be making great financial decisions. It's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Now, I love them because they're my siblings, but when it comes to money, I don't let them give me any money advice. And when they ask me for something, I always calculate what they're asking me for. Get your mind in the state of investing all the time. Even if it's sleep. I need 4 hours of sleep for this. I used to do that when I went to work. I need a couple hours of sleep for this, a few hours. Get your mind there before you actually start spending your money on something. It's your boy Tone 202. Peace.